Exact interest. Exact interest is the amount of interest earned on a loan assuming that there are 365 days in a year. The next set of problems will discuss how to determine the number of days of our loan and then use the number of days to calculate interest using exact interest. Find the number of days from July 14th to October 13th. For this problem, we want to find the number of days between two dates that were given. So we're going to go month by month until we reach October 13th, and we'll list the number of days in each month. At the end, we'll add up all of the days to get the total number of days between those two dates. We're first going to start with July 14th. There are 31 days in July. So I'm looking at July 14th through July 31st. Now I do not count the day the loan was made or the investment was made. So I'm not going to count July 14th. So in order to find the number of days from July 14th to the 31st without counting the 14th, all you'll do is you'll subtract 31 from 14. 31 minus 14 is 17, so I'll count 17 days for that month. We'll go on to the next month, which is August, and August has 31 days. So we'll just count 31 days for that month. Next, we'll look at September, and September has 30 days. So we'll count 30 days for that month. Lastly, we'll look at October. And my ending date is October 13th. So I'll go from October 1 to October 13th. And we do count the day that the loan is paid off. So to find the number of days from the 1st to the 13th, all you do is take that ending date. So there are 13 days that will count for that month. Now to find the total number of days from the 14th of July to the 13th of October, we'll just add up all of these days that we found for each month. So 17 plus 31 plus 30 plus 13 gives me a value of 91 days, and that is our final answer. A company borrowed $20,500 on March 10th with interest due on June 21st. If interest is 4%, find the interest on the loan using exact interest. Round to the nearest cent. For this problem, we'll use exact interest to find the amount of interest due. So exact interest assumes that there are 365 days in a year. That means that we're going to let T equal the number of days from March 10th to June 21st, and that's going to be over 365 days. Because remember, T is always given in terms of years, so by writing a ratio of 365 days, assuming that there are 365 days in a year, we can appropriately write the equivalent of T. The first step is to find the number of days from March 10th to June 21st. So first we'll look at March. There are 31 days in March, so March 10th to the 31st. We'll just subtract 31 minus 10 gives us 21 days. Next we have April. So April 1st through April 30th, that's 30 days. And then May there are 31 days. And finally, June, we're going to count June 1st through June 21st, since that's the day the loan was paid. And we'll count the day the loan was paid, so all we do is look at that final number there. So there are going to be 21 days in June. And we'll add up 21 plus 30 plus 31 plus 21 to get a value of 103 days. So that means that T is going to equal 103 over 365. Now I know what T is, I can go ahead and plug the values for P, R, and T into the simple interest formula and solve for the amount of interest. P is $20,500. R is 4%, but written as a decimal at 0.04. And then T is 103 over 365. Now we can write 103 over 365 as a decimal by dividing 103 by 365. Now when you do this, you want to make sure that you do not round your decimal. When we divide, we should get 0.28219178808. And remember, you want to keep that decimal as long as possible, or else you'll have rounding error at the end. Next, we'll multiply 20,500 by 0.04. That gives us a value of 820, and we'll multiply that by this decimal. And when we multiply those two things together, we get 231.3972603. Next, since interest is a monetary value, it's the amount of interest earned or due, we're going to round to the nearest cent. So this gives us a final answer of $231.40.